I want to thank you. I thank you, you guys from the bottom of my heart, and just reviewing, this video. Um, Words can't express, the different things that I have, seen, amongst people, the tragedies and, the course of life, that take place, among some of these families. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to walk into, a home and see a mother that, or father, not just a mother and a father, that think there's no hope, there's no hope, there's no help, for anything. I get calls from different people that I've helped put away, their kids, loved ones, different people that can't actually handle funeral service arrangements themselves. As a referral, they will give, people my telephone number. I don't charge, anything. This is like a gift from God for me to be able to help someone put away, their loved one. This lady's daughter had been missing for a period of time, and she had went to the police department, and they hadn't, of course, found, any information on the young lady. She got a call saying that they wanted her to identify a lady in the hospital that they thought could be her daughter. So I met her, of course, at the hospital. While walking into the morgue location, there was a family already there. There was a mother that she was appearing to be like she was in shock, and all the other family members, of course, going through their grief, they had just identified their loved one. And as we got closer and closer to this lady, she was in a blind, like, stare. But it looked like, she was looking directly at me. It seemed that this lady, she was gasping for air, like she couldn't breathe. So I touched her arm and I said, "Ma'am, are you okay?" She didn't say anything. But she was, when I was looking at her, it's like, have you ever had experience where someone looked like they're looking through you? So I kind of shook her a little bit. I said, "Ma'am, are you okay?" And I got the weirdest feeling. And I touched her stomach. And I said, "Ma'am, breathe." I said, "If you can hear me," I said, "you need to breathe. But if you can take that one breath, just breathe. I'm sorry. Just breathe. You'll be okay, at least for a moment." And when she took that breath, she let out the worst cry I've ever heard in my life. And at that moment, I can remember that same feeling when you lose your child. There's this a period that you go through, you can't breathe. It's almost like you're holding your breath and you're walking around like you're dead yourself because you don't feel yourself breathing. And the experience she was going through, I went through that same experience. And this is one of the, the things that I do, in helping people who has lost, their loved ones. The experience of helping people put away, their loved ones, sometimes it's overwhelming, for me, because at that time you realize and you think about your loss, and through their loss it brings up, the experience, the loss that you've had. But through those feelings, and being able to explain and help a person get past, they're never going to forget, but just get past and get to that next day. For me, it's the best feeling in the world. Me, myself, I never went to a psychiatrist or a psychologist, to talk out anything that I was going through. I prayed to God. I had friends, that did come over, a lot of the kids in choir, Shanima, Olanda, these are Kamika, Ruben, my best friend Tara, Diana. These are people, plus my family, of course, that was there, for us, that never stopped. But imagine a mother that doesn't have anyone to talk to, doesn't have a shoulder to cry on. When the funeral is over and you bury your child, there's nothing there. Nobody is there. Imagine what that mother, goes through. And we all have suffered, the same thing. Essence, was my first child I lost, but she wasn't my last. And, a lot of people don't know this, of course. Juju, do, because he was there. That, okay, if you have a child, you have to choose either your life or your child's life, or you're literally gonna run out of blood. Those are things that's unheard of. Or you're so down and you can't pick your head up, and the only person is there to help you is your 7-year-old child, to help you make food, or help you, get out of the tub, or because you don't have strength and you want to give up, but you can't give up because you have another life that's dependent on you. And that's my son. Junior went through a great deal, with me. And when I tell you I was blessed that he was there, there's no words in this world that how I can thank my kid, for the things that I went through, that I took him through. And for a 7 or 8-year-old to tell you that, Mom, it's going to be okay. Just get to tomorrow. I'm going to be there for you. I'll never leave you. That's saying a whole lot. Every blessing that he has received, he greatly deserved it, because my baby went through a lot, just helping me, get through my loss. But this is what it takes, some time for you to get your word out, or, if you can express yourself, and your voice helps that next person, then nothing that you've done is in vain. Just know that God, he will pick you up and he will carry you. And when you think that there is nothing else left for you to do, the song stands. That song has brought me through, when I tell you, miracles. And I'm sorry, I'm overwhelmed right now. These experiences, that these family members go through, but to be able to talk and communicate, with someone, it sometimes, get them past and let them be able to get to the very next day. Everyone who actually got to this part of my video, my next goal is to seek help throughout the community, the mayors, different city councils, throughout certain areas where there is a need, for people to get help, and see, can I actually utilize office space within community centers. This would give, people the chance to actually come in and seek the help that they need. It's going to be a challenge, because in dealing with city officials, and different people in the political industry, they're not sympathetic, to the need that actually go on, with some family. It maybe get some psychologists, classes, different type of training that would actually help transition these families back into the community. There is a big need. Themselves has actually, taken upon a project and tried to do it, themselves. How hard it is to ask, individuals for help. But at this time, I am seeking help. I'm seeking help, throughout these communities. If we can get them, out of this depression stage and back functioning, in our everyday reality and life, I think it'll build up, certain things, within the community. For me, myself, it's a kind of sensitive matter, with me. And I take it, to heart, because I see these people in the pain, that they're going through. And a lot of times it's too much, for one person to take on, such as myself, always the person that's taking care of somebody else and not even thinking about, myself and, and my needs. I just, love to help people. There is help out there. We just have to make it, visible, and allow these families to see that there is someone that do want to help them. And that one person starts, within me. I am gonna, try to help, as much as I can. I'm only one person, but my time itself, I'm give it freely. And that's what I've been doing. Thank you, and have a blessed one.
Sometimes you only get one try. You gotta give it all you got. 'Cause I ain't got nothing to